Hello everyone, welcome to the newest world-class bullshitter spectacular, Let's Rank Marvel. It is our crown jewel of our superhero month here on the channel. So what we're going to do is every day for the rest of the week, we're going to rank every Marvel movie there is. Now according to my calculations, there are 45 films. So how we're going to break this down is that Monday through Thursday, you're going to get a top 10. And then on Friday, you're going to get the best 5 Marvel movies ever made. So without any further ado, let's get down to the list. Number 45, Fan 4-Stick. The hate for this movie was real, but if you didn't agree with the idea of a black Human Torch, you were racist. The build-up was nothing but bad press, and all the focus was on that fuck of a director, Josh Trank. Then the movie came out, and it was terrible. The reason that this film is ranked 45 among all Marvel movies is that it's just hot garbage. It's bullshit. It's not about the agenda behind the movie. It's that it's literally the worst thing ever put on screen that features the Marvel logo. Now, this movie is just god-awful from every aspect. It looks bad, the acting's bad, the CGI is bad, you name it. Now, the first hour was boring, and I don't mean like boring as in the fact that we're waiting for something big, boring. It's like, worst movie I've ever seen boring. And then the last 30 minutes live up to that expectation of worst movie I've ever seen. This whole movie is just an exercise in rights holding gone wrong. The fact that I can say every Marvel movie is better than this says something. Especially when we get to number 44, Howard the Duck. This film is the Citizen Kane of bad comic book movies. It's meant to be funny, but it's not. It's meant to look good, but it doesn't. And it's George Lucas post-Star Wars, which is saying a lot. Howard the Duck has a solid cast who's doing the absolute worst work of their entire careers. The movie is as stupid as they come. The Howard effects look terrible, the optical work is lazy, and everything else is just shit. I'm not even going to spend any more time discussing this film. Never, ever watch it. Number 43, The Amazing Spider-Man 2. This is the only Spider-Man film that I passed on in theaters. I'll admit I watched it online for free, and I'm pissed that I wasted the damn time on it. This is the modern-day Batman and Robin. There's too many stupid villains. That's a terrible script that's more focused on future films than the one they're making. Garbage acting from Oscar-worthy actors, and a laughably bad reimagining of the night Gwen Stacy died. If you like this film, I'm not going to call you a moron, but I'm not going to call you a Spider-Man fan either. The character of Spider-Man wasn't properly portrayed here. The character of Peter Parker wasn't properly portrayed here. The parent subplot is dumb, the Oscorp connection is lame, and the Green Goblin looks like a meth addict. The only thing that this film has going for it is the costume. It looks great. Too bad a joke of an actor is playing Spider-Man. Number 42, The Amazing Spider-Man. Somehow this one manages to be slightly better than Part 2, but it's still a god-awful movie that shouldn't exist. Andrew Garfield isn't playing Peter Parker, he's playing the douche Peter Parker envies. The characters here are all wrong. The only passable performance was Martin Sheen as Uncle Ben. The suit looks terrible, the acting is deplorable, and the CGI is unforgivable. The best part about this untold aspect of Spider-Man is that it's over. Permanently. Number 41, Elektra. Released during the height of the Fox era of Marvel films, Elektra is garbage. I caught this at an old girlfriend's house and didn't finish it. No, we didn't go off to bang or anything fun, I just turned off the movie because it was terrible. I have nothing else to say, but it's still somehow better than the other movies on this list. Number 40, The Punisher, 1989. I would argue that most of our audience hasn't seen this film, and a big percentage of that doesn't even know it exists. You're not missing much, though. Growing up in the 90s, I would see this box at the video store. It didn't look good, so I passed. I caught the film a few years ago, and it wasn't good, but I've seen worse movies. It's definitely the worst Punisher film out there. If you replace the charisma vacuum known as Dolph Lundgren with a better actor, like, I don't know, Bruce Willis or something, you've got a hidden gem on your hands. But instead, we have this weird misinterpretation of a comic book movie featuring everyone's favorite murderous vigilante. Number 39, Captain America, 1990. Like the 1989 Punisher, I bet a good chunk hasn't even seen this and less even know it exists. That's a good thing. I grew up with this piece of shit being the only Marvel movie until X-Men. Yes, I saw Blade in theaters, but I didn't figure out that it was a comic book movie. That's childhood for you. If you're in the vast majority that hasn't seen this film, don't. It is terrible. Captain America has no charisma, the suit has rubber ears, and the Red Skull is Italian. And it looks bad too. It sounds bad. The effects are bad. Everything is bad about this film. Most movies on this list will have a few redeeming features. This has none. There's literally nothing positive I have to say about this movie. Number 38, Punisher: Warzone. The follow-up to the 2004 Punisher film is a letdown in every sense of the word. Ray Stevenson just doesn't have it. He also looks really dumb. I know that the Punisher is supposed to wear body armor, but he looks silly and restricted here. You also have Wayne Knight as Microchip. Good casting there, but that's where my praise of this film ends. It wants to be so gory and over the top that it forgets to be entertaining. If you want gore and terrible writing, watch this film. Number 37, Blade Trinity. The original Blade was a high watermark for comic book movies, because it came out quickly after Batman and Robin and washed away the bad taste from the public's mouth. The finale of this trilogy didn't. You could tell that they were milking this dying cow, and the results were just bad. Wesley Snipes is alright here, Jessica Biel is what you'd expect, and Ryan Reynolds is snarky. Surprised? You also have Triple H in this film. He doesn't add to the story, but he doesn't take away either. This film is the worst Blade film, and it sucks that the series died on such a down note. Hey, at least this is what got Ryan Reynolds into Deadpool 14 years later. Number 36, Ghost Rider: Spirit of Vengeance. I was privileged enough to catch a free early screening of this film, if you can call that a privilege. Let's just say I was subjected to torture a few weeks before a wide release. This film is not very good. It's not what I would call a dumpster fire, but it's so mad that I had to rank it so low. What blows my mind more than anything is that this came out a few months before Avengers was released. I know comic book movies have come a long way, but the fact that they made a movie like this during the height of the MCU is baffling. Then again, nothing Avi Arad does surprises me. Alright, so that's day one of our list. Stop back tomorrow for the next set of films. Did you agree with this list so far? If not, let us know down in the comments section below. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. We are so close to 2,000. Hell, maybe at this point, by the time you're watching this video, we've passed 2,000. And once we do, we are taking the One Chip Challenge, and we're going to film it so you can see all of our lovely faces crying tears of pain for your entertainment. One more thing, though. Check out our sponsor, Incarnate-Studios.com. YouTube has been royally fucking us on fake copyright claims, and we can't monetize videos that feature public domain content and the like. So, if you could go over there and grab one of our t-shirts, we'd really appreciate it. We will see you tomorrow, folks, and thanks for watching.